on, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Struggle in Deska Academics and Wayno here today. Our special guest is Ugly God. He's getting ready to drop his debut album, Bumps and Bruises. Welcome to the show.
What's up?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Ugly God, my nigga, man. Finally in the building, man.
My nigga.
You doing interviews and shit now, like official ones?
What kind of interviews has he been doing before?
Yo, he's like that regular, man.
Unofficial?
Yeah, no, he's the homie of like everybody.
I mean, you performed
If you
for
a
us once,
gamer-
right? At Complex Live a couple years ago?
Yeah, a long ass time.
Long time. Me and Speedy had the show, I feel like 2 years ago at least. He performed on like a conference room table or something
Really?
like shit. Yeah.
Word.
Bobby Shmurda shit, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, really.
But you know what though? I've been telling him like, you're at a point like, especially he had some success with like his last project. I'm like, yo, you gotta get a little bit of industry, man, because he's too regular, man. Like compared to every other rapper, too.
Academics telling somebody to get
Right.
industry is crazy.
What? Irony.
Like,
Well, it depends on what you want though, and like like through conversations that I have with him, I feel like like he looks at his peers, and his peers are all industry. Like you can't. Your peers can't be in industry if you look at them and you almost think, I don't want to say
could you
it's
answer that?
competition.
Because that, he's kind of.
Like-
What you mean? What was the question? That wasn't a question. That was
Yeah,
just a
no,
statement. That's a real ass
that's
statement.
my assessment of you. Like, I felt like you looked at other people who were, maybe considered your peers, and like they had advantages that you weren't, things you weren't doing, machines behind them that you didn't have at maybe that time. And I looked at it, I was like, yo, if you really want to compete with them, you got to have the same advantages.
But like that wasn't really like what I was even into. I wasn't even thinking about competing with a nigga, bro. It's almost like let a nigga do him, I'm gonna do me. And I guess I seem regular, but I'm really just grounded as fuck. And it's just like I feel like that shit takes you a long way, or at least will take me where I feel like I need to go, honestly.
Like being grounded, does that shit like keep you sane in a sense? Because like, this music shit is just so much. It's like convoluted with all of these different things and all these different people. And sometimes you want to detox yourself from that. So you just kind of stay away from it to not get in it at all.
I don't even detox myself. I just straight stay away from that shit. When I feel like I need to do something, as far as like coming on Everyday Struggle and doing a show, whatever, I'll pop out and do and handle my business. But that other shit, like that extra shit, is just like, I don't know. I feel some type of way about it.
Yeah, it's been a journey though. Again, I have to preface a lot of the things that we're bringing to the public and also saying now, right? Because we have had a lot of conversations, just even privately.
Nigga.
But like, do you feel after, because a lot of people say, yo, Ugly Guy, his last hit came a while back.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you dropped the ball in between when like Water dropped?
Yeah.
And of course, now you're coming out with your new project.
Yeah.
Do you feel that?
What's the question?
Do you feel you dropped the ball, or do you feel like, like people thought you should put out music earlier?
Yeah.
Fans been saying, where's the music? Where's the music? And you've kind of held back a little bit.
I felt like, cause I honestly make music every single day. Whether it's me making a beat, me writing something that doesn't even have a beat, or just making music every single day. But I feel like not being consistent, but I just didn't want to fucking just over fucking do myself and just be just like a nigga that's always in the scene. Cause that shit does get old. And I've seen it even after what you call drop the ball, but after I like went ghost, I seen niggas come in, be super consistent and be all in the way and be everywhere, and then just like that shit gets old. And then like them shits were just examples, I guess, really.
You said one time, and I remember Yachty had a big problem with you saying it. Like you came out and you were like, yo, I think my music is trash.
Yeah.
And I think some people are like, yo, damn, that's crazy honesty in being able to see that with your music.
You know how many niggas say that shit now, bro, about themselves, bro?
Yeah, but I think when you said it was like, yo, damn, you're having a lot of success. Why would you say it at that point?
Oh, fuck it.
You just felt like the music that was out wasn't good. We hear a lot of people that we think are very mediocre rappers saying that they're the best of all time.
Of course.
So the
I
opposite.
don't think you believe that though.
What do you mean?
Like, did you really think you were trash, bro?
No, I didn't feel like I was trash. Now, I can understand how somebody could not like my music or could think it's trash, because it is different. I feel like it's different. I know every artist says that, but I feel like my shit is different. But it was amazing when I did come out, the point in time that hip hop was in then, and for me to even be able to blow up doing the shit I did was just fucking amazing, honestly. Like, and I was just like, fuck it.
So you were doubting yourself then at
I wasn't
that
doubting
time?
myself. I was just saying some shit. Just being a nigga, really.
So did you see, all right, we had you on the clock, and just from the outside looking in, I felt like because you are doing shit every single day, that you were kind of like your worst enemy, like, because you're your biggest critic. Because every day when you're doing something. Were you trying to like outdo what you had did before? Or was it just like you trying to get past that? Like,
No.
what held you back so long?
I would just say I was working more on polishing myself and my sound. And again, like, of course, the type of shit I came out on and I blew up on, I'm not gonna say I'm completely off of that shit, but I am older now, and I was a 19-year-old nigga coming out of high school, and then I was on that type of shit. And me doing what I've been doing for these couple of years, that shit came with responsibility, get my own crib, taking care of people and stuff. And then like I just matured, and I'm just like a grown nigga. And I'm not a grown ass nigga like you, old nigga, but I'm just older now. So like I don't know, I just like that kind of shit. Like having responsibilities really makes you grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
And like when I do look at other artists, I just feel like, bro, there's no way these niggas have responsibilities acting like this. You know what I mean?
Why did you, so like, you know, a lot of people, they come out, they got a lane, and they ride that shit till the wheels fall off. There was a point that you started, like, you putting up, like, these little Instagram story posts. And by the way, like, I credit you with being, like, the godfather, also, you know, salute to Lil B as well, of, like, what was called meme rap.
Yeah.
Right? Like, a lot of stuff you say is kind of, like, meme-worthy, that type of shit, right? And you kind of denounced it by saying there wasn't substance to it, but you kind of came up off of it, right? And maybe that was part of the growth, but why did you, like, were you listening to other people, or did you actually feel like, yo, I'm kind of over this?
No, it's not that I'm over it, but okay, so meme rap, I'm cool with the term. I'm super cool. I don't have anything against it, but whenever you say it, I think people listen to it and think about it super negatively and think of it as just a nigga just doing some bullshit, when really I do take time in doing what I do, and I purposely say the shit I say. Like, I'm not just drugged the fuck out saying whatever. Like, I actually took time doing it. So it's just super, like, not credible to even just, like, be called that or be called a meme rapper. Now, if, like, it actually held weight and, like, niggas knew, like, oh, this nigga, like, was putting work in, but I think people look at it super negatively.
So after you made the freshman list and all of that, were you feeling pressure to live up to some sort of standards? Is
Yeah.
that why? Because you mentioned being consistent, but there's a difference between oversaturating and being consistent. But it seems like maybe you were just a little bit nervous to put out more music after all of that attention.
Not nervous. It was more of, because I know you even told me before, like, it would have been better had I capitalized off that hype from XXL. And that's really what I wanted to avoid, which could have been or potentially been a problem, or might have been a big problem I made. But I didn't really want to capitalize off that hype, because capitalizing off hype, which is what we've seen before, like I said, that shit just gets old. And I just felt like capitalizing off the hype, I would have got a whole bunch of bandwagon fans that really don't fuck with me, but just fuck with the type of shit I was doing, or because I was on the XXL list. And like, I just feel like that shit just toxic. Just having bandwagon fans is toxic. And before I made the XXL list, my fans and my fan base, it was growing so steadily and organically. And whenever that came out, it just like, I just knew a whole bunch of niggas started following me and half-ass supporting me for whatever the fuck reason.
So moving forward, like, how do you differentiate the two? Like, you know what I mean? Like, your organic fans versus the new people. That's like, you putting out an album, so it's gonna be a new wave of people probably as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they're gonna be sending around. Like, how do you differentiate the two, or do you just welcome those new fans in as well?
No, I don't unwelcome them, but I really do prefer they keep that toxic ass shit the fuck for me. And I do read comments and I do read certain DMs and shit, and you can tell the type of people who fuck with you. Or if you go on certain niggas' pages, you can tell what type of fan they are. If they're just supporting everybody, or what type of nigga, it's different types of people. You can tell, bro.
Yeah, but that comes with being mainstream, though. Like you're gonna have your organic fan base, but like, honestly, like, even the biggest artists, it could be Drake, or we're talking about Travis or whoever, like, you have your core, which maybe is like 30% at the end of the day when you're a huge mainstream artist. And then the rest of the niggas is like niggas who are fly by night. Like, they fuck with you for this moment, for this one thing you did, for this one song. Like, did you have that fear of being too mainstream?
No, hell no. Cause mainstream, like, it's not a bad thing. That's fucking snapping, nigga. If you mainstream, nigga, you get it.
But it's
in.
also scary and overwhelming for a new artist to break out, have a couple big singles, get hella attention. Like, I know artists who said, like, I had this crazy success and I had to fall back for 2 years to sort of figure my shit out. It's not easy, especially if you don't have the right team, or like you were saying, I hate to use the word machine, but the right people around you with that experience to guide you. It can be overwhelming because you were a normal person a few months ago.
Yeah, but I felt like how stuff was going super organically and just so steadily. Like, I didn't even have time to get my core fan base where I want it to be. Cause I think some niggas now barely even have a core fan base. Some niggas just get famous and like they have a career now, and then it's just like there's no just core fan base. There's niggas who fuck with them heavy, or they might be their favorite artist or something. But like, having a core, that shit takes you a long way.
I'm interested to see how you think about this year's freshman list. I hear a lot of people saying this is one of the best in a while. You know, they're even comparing it to the class that Uzi was in, and they're like, yo, we believe these artists are gonna last, which then makes me think, for the other classes, they're kind of, without saying it, kind of saying, we ain't think a lot of niggas was on the list was gonna last.
Yeah.
You get me? Do you think about that in the grand scheme of things, of like where you are now and, you know, where you hope to be in the future? Or like, you know, at first, like, shit, I've heard you say like you didn't know where the future lied with your career.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you feel is that?
Not in a negative way, but on some, like, but what you asking about the freshman list? Like,
Yeah, like, what do you feel about your class compared to this one, and just where you feel you are in your career?
Want to be honest?
Yeah.
All right, so personally, big ups to everybody who makes the freshman list. I was an XXL freshman, and there's plenty of people with talent. But me personally, I only listen to a few artists, and I try not to even, like, I will see like Mosey or other people post music videos, and I'll try to stay, you know, up on what's going on. But for the most part, I really don't listen to too many people's music, so I really don't too much know what they have going on, or like, so I wouldn't know if it was just an amazing freshman list. But a lot of my homies made it, so it was cool, really.
So what about, like, you know, it felt like there was a lot of uncertainty, because again, when you're being like a trailblazer and like you're doing something new, and again, I'm calling you the godfather of meme rap, right? A lot of people who were saying, yo, this shit is cool right now, but it's not gonna last.
Yeah, for sure.
And when I saw like you, that's what I was saying about like you were reacting to it a little bit. I think maybe some people's, other people's opinion of it not lasting may have influenced you to say, hey, this shit cool right now, but this shit might not be popping a couple years later.
But that's for, I feel like it's for everything, like not just meme rap or whatever, but that's just everything. Everything is just a wave anyway. So I mean, I didn't take it too personal. I know shit changes. Like, I know shit changes. So it's just about adapting, I feel like.
Is meme rap like, I feel like meme rap is kind of looked at like mumble rap. Like, it's the new term for mumble rap. Because I don't hear people say mumble rap as much as they used to. But like, I like meme rap or mumble rap, people look at it as fly by night. So my thing is like, on this new album, what are some of the records, or how are you attacking it where you want people to respect your shit? You know what I mean, long term? Or is that what you even want to do?
Shit, nigga, I just make music, bro. Yeah. But like, I don't think meme rap is really a new term for mumble rap. I think what meme rap originally was, which is as far as the lyrics and the type of bullshit I was saying, not bullshit, but the type of shit I was saying, the outlandish ass shit. And you got niggas like Lil Boom and shit. I was on FaceTime with that nigga yesterday. But now I think meme rap, they fucking, the term means when a fucking artist blows up, and then you have meme niggas on Instagram using their music and blowing it up too, and they call that meme rap, when it's not really just meme rap. Like, I know they call, like, I think they call Blueface a meme rapper, but he's really not. He's just a West Coast nigga that makes some good ass West Coast music.
Well, that's why I think that's the evolution, right? Because we could literally say Old Town, like, there's, how many Old Town Road, like, the memes help drive that song.
So they call that meme rap, but it's not meme rap, but it's rap, it's music that meme niggas blow up.
I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I'm in a fucking world.
No, I completely
right
get it.
like,
I think what he's trying to say is that when he came out, a lot of his music directly influenced memes, right? And that's how a lot of people find out about it. But what this meme culture has done, any #1 song is gonna get memed.
Absolutely.
So is every song a meme song, or is that just part of how music now organically blows up?
So my question is like, so with newer artists, right, is their goal to be like a rapper that has longevity, or is it just to blow up really fast making meme rap? Like, not excluding you. Like, I'm talking about like a new kid. Are new kids like just trying to go meme route for music?
I think a nigga just wants to be as popular as possible.
I think part of being viral is with memes. I mean, we saw it with Hotline Bling. Like, that was created to get those memes kind of popping. Like, before meme rap, there was like, I think niggas, especially even like Drake, he was doing kind of like Twitter parody account rap. Like, he was saying shit that you would tweet at 2 a.m.
Yes.
Just generic shit that you want to tweet. And then I think after that, you know, the Instagram wave came, it was people were saying stuff and kind of doing stuff that was like, yo, this is a dope meme. And then that just became organically how everything blows up now. It's the reverse effect of music affecting social media, but instead social media affecting the music. You get me? Okay. So that's how I look at it.
All right.
One thing I do have to say to Ugly God, though, because I don't feel like he pops his shit. Truth be told. From the very beginning, you know, he's been a rapper who's been very progressive. Again, we just said like memes now, like they influence all music. So I think meme rap is kind of going away because everything memes influence. But in terms of, in terms of gaming, a lot of things he was really into at first. Everybody, I always told him, I'm like, yo, niggas take whatever you started and they get big off of it. And you're just like, you just fall back and watch them kind of capitalize off what you started.
Oh, for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I'm a meme nigga. I'm a gaming nigga, Ben. I still game, but it's like, fuck it. Like, I know I can capitalize off of it. And I mean, niggas blow up and capitalize off of some of the shit I've been into, but like, it's just some shit I've been into. It's like,
but it sounds like he doesn't want to capitalize off of it, or am I mishearing him? Right? Like he had all of that, but it's not what he wants, so he fell back from putting shit out because he didn't want to capitalize off of that kind of exposure. Or am I incorrect?
You know the Migos when everybody was capitalizing off all the shit they were giving out, and they weren't getting, like now they're good, but they were complaining a lot. I be looking at him and I'm like, yo, I with everybody taking.
It's not shy. I feel like the corniest shit is fucking asking for credit. That shit's so fucking corny to me. It's fucking corny, my nigga. Like asking for credit and begging for credit is like, bro, like they did it. Apparently, a nigga just game better than me and know how to make money off of it. Shit, fuck it.
What are these conversations that he keeps alluding to? Like he's mentioned it like 30 times.
Right.
Not even just on these episodes, about things from the conversations you've had that you want. So what is it that you want then?
No, for one, I'm focusing on polishing my sound and then moving on from there. And I think I did that.
Do you think then, so the core fan base, like this album that's coming up then, are they gonna connect with it, but you feel like all the fringe fans who followed you because of the memes, they're not gonna get it, they're not gonna connect
so
with
it's almost like a perfect ass balance, like a perfect ass bridge. Like I have shit that I know. That shit's so fire. I took so much time into it, but
you lost a lot of songs in the process too, right? Emailing 100 songs.
I probably got. I know I got like.
Bullshit.
I know I got like 500 songs. 500.
How did that happen though? Like,
oh, so when so this some weird ass shit. Whenever certain producers they get your rappers' emails and stuff from whatever dick riding or whatever, they get your email somehow. Now what rappers do, I mean producers do, which some producers I actually was just fucking with. That was on my EP or whatever. These niggas will get a list of rappers' emails and sell them to other producers, which is so fucking corny. It's just fucking like.
They sell email addresses.
They sell rap niggas' email addresses, like a whole list of them for like $5. If I had my phone on me, I'll show you. Every email I get from random producers, the fucking everybody CC'd on it will be like fucking Soulja Boy beats, Trippie Redd, yada, like. It's just so fucking.
But then the person that you accidentally sent those beats to was someone you had ended up working with,
So
right?
sometimes I will listen on it and be like, you know, this fire, or I'll peep it, and so me and him ended up having a conversation. So I ended up trying to send the Dropbox link of my music to a friend of mine with all my unreleased songs. And then I don't know, I guess when you like on Gmail, you type in one letter and shit, it was a mistake.
Damn, you didn't hit the unsend button fast enough, huh?
I mean, you
can't. Yeah, you can.
But the only thing I can do
is
you have like 3 seconds.
I need that
fast. Like,
I need that.
Guys,
Gmail.
upgrade your technology. You never see it. You send Gmail now. I don't know if it's different with an attachment. It gives you like 5 seconds. It pops up. Do you want to unsend?
My shit just say sent.
Was this a late night email? Don't send any late night emails. But he clearly, it's funny because reports will always be like, he sent it to a fan and then the fan held the songs ransom. It's not a fan if he's holding your shit ransom. Yeah. So you didn't end up paying him.
I think nowadays that is a fan holding shit ransom. A fan, you can say it's not.
What is a fan these days?
A fan is a nigga who wants
sue you.
A fan is a nigga who wants to snatch your chain. A fan is a nigga who wants to steal off you while you're in the mall because they so much of a fan of you, they want some harm done to you. That's fans nowadays.
They want to have a moment with you.
Yes or no?
That's true.
But is that a clout chaser or a fan? I feel like it's different.
Honestly, when someone knows you, again, I think we think of fan as a loving thing. I think fan is anyone who recognizes you for your stature.
Yeah.
I don't know, yo. I mean, because I'm still a fan of a lot of different things and a lot of different people.
But how they act with knowing that, okay, I fuck with you, Wayne. Say I'm just a regular person. I fuck with you. I watch all your shit. But I ain't gonna lie, I've been waiting for my break for a long time. I know if I approach you about some music, I already know who you are. Like, I see you with certain people, I'm not gonna get the time. But I guarantee, if I just steal off on you in the small and I have my homie record it, we're viral.
That's not a fan.
That's not a fan.
That's a fan.
That's a fan.
They feel
they're a fan.
No. Okay, what is a fan?
A fan, if I'm truly deeply a fan of someone, I would never put that artist or in a compromising
No, but like,
position. I would
what
never
is
do
a fan
something
though? Somebody who
Fanatic?
supports somebody.
But that person's not supporting you.
Yeah, that's not
They
support.
like music.
No,
they
no.
enjoy
I-
music.
they're
They're
not
not a
supporting
fan
you
of
that
you.
moment.
That moment.
That moment, they're not supporting.
Look, I'm saying.
definition
So
of
if a
fan
nigga,
is
wait, real
loose.
quick, let me get
They're
this straight.
checking
Wait,
for you,
wait,
they
wait,
probably
let me get this
retweet
straight.
you.
Let me get this straight. So if a nigga wants to, now don't get me wrong, if a nigga wants to knock me the fuck out to catch a moment, he's a fan of me.
No, not because of that. I'm saying, do you think it's a nigga right now who knows all my songs word for word that can't wait to snatch my chain?
What the fuck? And you think that's okay? You
Hey.
still will consider that you're happy to embrace them as a fan?
No, I think what he's saying
I
is that that's the fans nowadays. Also,
Nowadays,
think about it.
I mean-
Yo, think about it. The fans we always hear like, oh, they like broke into Chris Brown's house, like.
These
Wait,
niggas
all right, but
fans.
wait, but that's another level.
That's an obsessive fan.
That's obsessive, and that's like psychologically being fucked up,
Right.
right? Now, look, myself, I'm a big fan of Kobe Bryant. If I seen Kobe Bryant, I wouldn't want to fucking snatch his hat off his head or do some shit where I could potentially get harm or cause harm to him. I wouldn't want to harm him or do nothing wrong to him.
I feel like, okay, so let's say a nigga a fan of Kobe Bryant, which is really tight, nigga. Like,
Come on, exactly.
Kobe and AI. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah, absolutely.
So I feel like if I was a fan on that weird shit, I'm so much of a fan of Kobe Bryant that I want to do whatever to him and potentially get beat up just for that recognition of him noticing who the fuck I am.
Oh, no, that's wild.
All right, hold on. So let me ask you a question.
Ask
I
me
got
a question.
two great examples.
Okay.
One which you're involved in.
All right.
You ain't even gotta say nothing, even though I don't know.
Go ahead, man.
I know this nigga about
The
to.
fan with Offset.
Uh-huh.
Offset slaps his phone out of his hand.
Right.
Okay.
The fan that him and 6ix9ine last year went to the gallery of some dude. He's a fan, but like he's such a fan, he knows all the shit like about what's going on. He screams out some trolling shit trying to get a dope moment for his Snapchat. That turns to some other shit. Those are not fans? He sees Offset.
All right,
only
no,
sees
wait.
Offset.
Now, two
Yo,
different things.
Offset-
Two different things, right? Right now, all right, that kid who took the picture, who wanted to take the video with Offset, right? I do believe he was a fan, and I also believe that he don't know how to approach certain people. Like, I just think that he might not know how to approach certain people, right? Now, if somebody screams some trolling shit to you, this is a man we talking about, right? Like a grown man that said, I don't know what the
grown man.
situation.
It was a
No,
kid.
it was a kid.
It's a kid.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a new culture where kids,
Yeah.
See,
honestly,
that's crazy.
Like they know what's going to trigger.
Look,
They
check this
know
out.
what's gonna
Look.
trigger.
So, however the kid may have acted, I don't know if he pressed charges, I'm pretty sure he did, whatever. But regardless of how he acts online, 6ix9ine acknowledging him for saying that might have been the highlight of that nigga's life.
I'm just saying you don't have to be disrespectful to get
Right.
that. Like
And you don't, but like, it's a fan.
Same with Offset. Offset caught a felony because of that, and the kid was
Eventually,
continuing.
they settled out of court. If you
Yeah,
press
'cause he got a
charges, you're not
bag.
fan. Look, so I saw A$AP Rocky
got
at a concert somewhere a few
Yeah.
months ago. He's sitting on the edge of the stage. Some dude starts pulling the shoe off of his foot, and he gets super tight at him. Cool, still a fan. I love you so much, Rocky. I want to take your sneakers home. I get it. But then if it comes to a legal situation and you're pressing charges, you're not a fucking fan.
I got another situation. I got a lot of situations.
All right, go ahead.
Kevin Gates. That's why he got locked up in the beginning. It's a girl who's a real fanatic of him. He's on
Yo,
stage.
but
she
she
already
tried
says
to
it.
grab- no,
I don't like people touching.
But all right, now look, it was a
She
lot of wrong
testified
done there.
against him, too.
There's a lot of wrong done there, but she also tried to stick her hand in his pants, right? Now his reaction was crazy, right? But she tried to stick her hand in his pants. Like now you invading private like space. You're invading space, man, woman, or whomever. Like you should never be putting your hands on a person in a disrespectful manner. Like if you're a fan, like we giving scenarios of sneakers. If I would want a pair of Kobe Bryant sneakers, but I'm not gonna fucking if he's sitting at the bench, gonna run up and try to grab them shits, knowing that security's gonna whoop my ass and all of that. That's not a fan.
But at least
like,
it's not like harming them. Like he might be super irritated at you, but
I'm not gonna throw something at him.
Him and Rocky can afford another pair of sneakers. You're still a fan, but I think once it comes to you pressing charges, endangering someone's life, trying to make
Yeah.
them look stupid,
Yeah.
I don't see how that's
You
fandom.
would get hurt. Like if somebody, all right, so if somebody throws something at you, like if that's a fan, if somebody throws something at you just to get your attention, like throws a bottle cap or throws a soda at you, just so you could turn around and say, who the fuck threw that soda?
I feel like that's more of a fan than a nigga who wouldn't throw that shit because they're going like they're taking it to the extremes just to get noticed.
Wow. All right, you're the artist. We defer.
Yeah,
to you. I
yeah,
guess
yeah.
what do we know about anything?
Nah, I see that a lot though. I think it's new fans though.
Yeah.
Wayno, like
Some
you're
new
fucking
shit.
sane. You're not insane. You're not. You also have had enough attention in your life. A little kid who, to be honest, they look up to people online and they've like created this image. When they get their moment with you.
Like when I was a nobody in my teens, there were people I worshipped. I would still never do any dumb, disrespectful shit to them for attention.
Before you became who you are, was there ever like an artist that you had an interaction with, or just a basketball player? I've had a basketball player do some bullshit to me before when I was a kid. But hell no, not Michael Jordan.
Nah, I heard he don't like niggas. I was asking.
Nah, but I had a basketball. I asked the dumbest question a kid could ask. Are you who you are? Like, you know, I'm an 8-year-old kid. That nigga looked at me and was like, no. You know what I mean? But,
I did that yesterday.
But my little sister's dad grew up with him. So when I told him, he flipped on him like, yo, you treated my son like that. He's like, oh, little man, I ain't mean that. And fucking writes me an autograph. I eventually ripped the shit up. But like, was there everybody?
This is dark.
Because he treated me fucked up. I felt that shit. But has there any been like a time before you were who you were with an artist or somebody like football player?
You know what's crazy? I've only ever seen one famous nigga in person before I started doing what I was doing.
What was that?
And I've only been to one concert before. It was a 21 Savage concert. That's the only thing I've ever seen, bro. Nigga was in that bitch thugging, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was in there, bro. Yeah.
Yo, I do have a beef with you. Slight beef. I brought it up.
How does that happen?
I brought it up.
No, it's my guy.
All right.
This whole time, until this year,
Yeah.
I thought my nigga was independent. I used to be really, every time we talk, yo, you got to sign. And then I found out this shit, I'm like, wait, he's on asylum?
Okay.
Which asylum, I in my mind,
Okay.
I'm like, that's like basically the little brother of Atlantic.
Yeah.
You have every resource, because I used to say to him, you need more resources. Yo, the reason why these niggas looking like that and your shit ain't looking like that, even though, you know, like, you're putting as much work, number one, you already kind of addressed it, like, you know, like him not putting out much music, but you need that team around you. And then I find out this year, I go on Spotify, I'm like, asylum?
I told we had this conversation before, but you might have been off the Henny. You might have been Henny Demons at the
You might have
time.
been Henny.
But I did tell you.
But you were claiming independent.
But I explained you my situation, which is a pretty amazing situation.
Right.
Which it's kind of personal.
No, come on, you got to give us a little bit.
Well,
Now it's public.
I mean,
Okay, look.
Yeah.
Okay.
VP, wait
This
now.
nigga's on the team right now.
yeah, I'm the vice president of Asylum. Right. But,
Y'all blur Wayne on. This is a conflict of interest.
right. Already.
All right, to say the least, I own my masters. I had its distribution with one album, Bumps and Bruises, Friday. It's distribution in the album. Look, I can put out music whenever I want to, so that was not the hold up. I can put out music when I want to.
So when did that happen? Because I thought, like, for example, Water, right? That came out on Empire, right?
And I didn't have an advance at all.
No, well, I think that's interesting because, you know, like, for example, like, I've been going back and forth with a real bum-ass thing online. His name is Young Bands. Like, there's a lot of, like...
Stop being hard on Young Bands.
No,
This nigga hates Young Bands, bruh.
They hate each other.
No. But, like, I think my new thing is, I think, you know, we do a show daily here, and we debate so many things. You know, Wayno, he has so much expertise, and, you know, I feel like I'm a super fan who's not privy to a lot of things. And then one thing I hate now is that there's so many rappers who put out a facade of being independent, but they're really supported. And then you have the kid who's watching this show, who's listening to the music, and they're like, yo, we could do it with the resources we have without acknowledging that these people, sometimes who you look up to, they have help, they're just hiding it.
What makes somebody not independent to you?
Not independent to me would mean that one of the 4 big major labels has some hand in working your shit.
Only
Because
the labels, not a streaming service?
I think that's where we're going to.
Well, let me add a disclaimer. So while, even with all the Asylum shit, I don't handle any of his stuff, but Asylum specifically is an independent company within Warner Brothers system. So the deals, that's why he's kind of explaining to you somewhat of his deal structure, because it's a favorable deal that's independent to his situation. Right now, the thing about independence is a lot of independent companies work within major label systems, like a Sony Red. Sony Red is an independent situation, but they're a Sony company, which if you pop, you can take it upstream if you want, or you can stay there and retain, like he said, he owns his masters, retain more shit. But everybody's deal, that shit is like a social security number. Everybody has a different one. Nobody has the same deal.
Yeah, I just feel like it's a cheat code.
Okay, no. I feel
everybody
like,
could claim
look,
they're independent. Like Uzi could come on and be like, I'm independent because I'm signed to Generation now. And honestly, their dealings with Atlantic ain't got nothing to do with me. I feel like this whole independence thing, which a lot of artists still like live off, I look at it as like smoke and mirrors. And I'm like, I don't like when people mislead fans.
I feel like anybody who is truly independent to your definition would be a nigga who only has music on SoundCloud, bro.
Or
No.
distros through like TuneCore and DistroKid, basically. Pretty much. But that's what niggas really think, though.
But you know what the thing is? That everybody has to remember that no matter what, you need a staff. I don't give a fuck what it is you're doing. We were just having like offline conversations about like us trying to do everything ourselves and needing help. You need help. No artist is gonna get to where everybody wants to see them be one day with thinking that I can just do this, me and my man putting up our own bread. So it's services that's delegated to a lot of different people. And independence is based on how your deal structure is. I mean, that's where your independence is.
Control.
Right.
Can I
Creative
just
control.
ask, do fans actually care? Because he's up in arms
Now they
about
do.
fans. Do they genuinely deeply care though? Like you saying I'm independent versus not independent, someone's gonna stream your record versus not stream it versus
No.
come to your concert or buy your merch or not buy your merch. Do they genuinely
Fans go harder.
Not
No.
the fans who would disrespect you, your core fan base, do they care?
I feel like they really don't. I feel like it's just something to say that makes you, I guess, look cool. if
That's
you
what
wanna look
I
cool.
feel, but I don't know if
You know what I think about fans of today? Like, I mean, growing up, I never give a fuck about nobody's deal. Like, of course, I like to see an artist signed to a certain label,
Yeah.
right? But like, fans of today, they have so much information that they think they're the execs.
But you think
like
they
talk to
truly
you.
still care, or they just pretend? Like you said, when we were growing up, it was cool, like Cash Money, it was like the moments we wanted to see together, like
Yeah.
Bad Boy. We never cared about the details of their
give
contracts.
a
And
fuck
now
what
I know
money they
people
made
are
at the end,
pretending
right?
that they care. I just wonder if it actually affects how the average fan consumes your music.
They absolutely care. I'm going to tell you why, and I'll use an example, and God rest his soul, I love X. But X was literally a mainstream artist even when he was underground. Like, that's how crazy his numbers were. And he did sign. He signed to Caroline, which is, you know,
was
like...
he on Empire first?
Yeah, his first singles got through Empire,
Yeah.
but then he got a situation with Caroline, which is through Capitol. And, of course, Capitol is a major label, right? And what's happening now is that because of the internet and everything else, niggas is saying a regular record contract from a major is like, that's bullshit. So give me this, and this, and I'll find a way to do this, and this over there. So in a way, it's like you're halfway on a major.
Yeah.
But when news came out of that being like a thing, a lot of his fans attacked him. That's why he attacked Capitol.
But no, I don't think it's the fans attacked him because of that. But I think the fans more attacked him because, and like you said, rest in peace. I think the fans more attacked him because him saying he was independent, not the fact that they thought he was independent, but more of his fans are so connected with him, they took his word for it and felt lied to. But not the fact that it was him being independent, they care about him being independent, but more about him telling the truth to them, I feel like.
Okay.
Makes
So
sense.
it's about how you bring it. So if
Right.
you're like, I'm independent, it's just me, and then be like, oh shit, you just signed a big ass deal here.
Because
trust
the
you.
perception
It's not
of
about, it's
independence-
about them being lied to, I personally feel like.
Right. The perception of independence is literally like, oh, it's just you and those two dudes in the room. Y'all just working together. It's not like, if people think that, even with Chance saying he's independent, if you think this nigga ain't got a 20-person staff working, you fucking crazy. Like, there's no way possible you selling 108,000 records, big, all the Doritos commercials and all of that shit, and you don't have a staff? People have staffs, you know? I think that the thing is that a lot of people have learned how to take the investment of the money and say, like you said, maybe I don't want an advance, and then rolling that money into other things that I could do, because you'll make that same money on the back end.
Quicker.
Ugly guy. I've always looked at your situation. I don't think I've ever told you this like personally too, but and I say, what stops you from being pretty much just like even personally and professionally, like Russ? Like, I mean, I've been on FaceTime with you literally, and mid-conversation,
I
you
fuck
make
with
a
Russ,
beat.
bro. Yeah.
You make a beat. You fucking record this, like literally, like within the same FaceTime conversation, and you literally do it all, right? You literally do it all from the comfort of your home. And I know with him, he's kind of taken that and kind of like he maybe put other artists down, but like it gave him enough ammunition to say, damn, a lot of y'all artists who either sell more than me, y'all not gonna hit the Forbes list because y'all got, like, the money you're really making off the music is zero.
Yeah.
Like, right?
Which is not my situation.
No. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of things, like the DIY rap, which he praises, you do.
Yeah.
And even though I think some people know that, like, you produce your first platinum single, I don't think everyone knows that, like, you're that. While Russ promotes it, like, he lives on it. I do it, like, I fucking make the ball, I build the court.
But honestly, that's a tight ass thing to be prideful of. Like that, like, see me personally and how he pushes that. Like, I personally don't give a fuck that people know that, but it's more of a personal thing. I guess it's
more work.
Because, like, obviously from him saying that and you talking about it the way he does, it obviously doesn't get you cool points. But it's more of a thing that he's super prideful of. And I'm pretty sure he knows there's niggas like you or other people that really don't give a fuck, but he still feels prideful of that. Like I feel prideful of that, but me feeling prideful of something doesn't make me want to go express it. It's personal.
So how does Ugly Guy get his kicks? Like, what is it that does bring you happiness with all of this shit?
What brings me happiness?
Yeah, with all this music shit, man.
So I know niggas really act like money don't bring happiness, but like nigga.
Absolutely.
Nigga. Nigga. Like,
I'm broke, so I would know what you're talking about.
You feel me? Just like, I mean, that kind of stuff, like, of course, making good money off of it.
What do you spend your money on that you love? For him, as much as he likes to pretend he's broke, he spends his money on cars. Sorry, I'm gonna out you.
Cars.
Yeah, go ahead and be in denial, dog. He spends his money on cars. What do you spend your money on that you love?
Toy cars.
What I spend money on, the most expensive thing I own is an old Nintendo sign, the old Nintendo LED promotional sign that used to be in the old Nintendo stores in like the 1980s and 90s.
Wow.
My whole house is themed with just a whole bunch of retro Nintendo stuff. That's why I put, not that I put money into it, but that's the type of shit I like.
That's dope.
And I do have like fucking like 300 pair of shoes.
Yo.
But that shit comes with it.
Right. Nah, but I've argued this. This nigga, after having, like, I've told him, I'm like, yo, bro, you drop, like, no rapper would even admit that they have, like, a Wrangler. I forgot what the exact, like, model of the vehicle. A regular ass car.
You talk about my first one. My first one was fucking a Ford Escape, nigga, 2002, nigga, all black with the rims on.
I'm talking
real
about
South
the new
nigga,
shit without the top. But what I'm saying is that,
nigga, bro.
like, what I've even said to him, I'm like, yo, listen, I know you're like trying to be super regular, and listen,
but I'm not
cool
trying to.
I'm
like you take
that's
that,
you.
but it's not that just like my nigga. Like,
That's just what you do.
Yeah.
No, but like, in just like, again, he's a rapper, and I've said to him, I'm like, maybe you do gotta like show shit off. Again, I'm a media personality, so like, who cares what the fuck I'm doing? But as a rapper, you see everybody showing off their grills, their cars, they showing off their houses, they showing off material possession, they chains.
That's nobody's business though. Bro.
But you can also show off the things you want. So what he's saying is very stereotypical. The things rappers usually show off. But look,
that's marketing.
You can, that's fine.
That is
but
marketing.
you,
I know,
you can
but
market things that you love, like vintage Nintendo signs.
But I feel like if you're spending money to get attention off that to then make more money, when you win, it should just cancel each other out.
Right.
Show the things that matter to you, not shit you're showing just because you can show it.
Like really, if I go live on Instagram, which I do every now and then, I'll be at home and motherfucker fuck around and see my Nintendo sign and notice that shit. That's the cool shit to me. To be like, oh, that nigga got that shit in the back, instead of being like, look what I just bought.
So that's a little more subtle, but that's
I mean, but if you was, then you, on the flip side, if you was promoting it every day, then maybe you would be in a Nintendo Switch commercial or some shit.
Shit, man.
Like, yeah, you never know, man.
No, I agree. I just look at it as like, yo, I see what everybody else is doing and what he's doing, and I'm like, it's so super, like, normal and to you, but I have to acknowledge that rap is like, it's a trunked up version of like whatever everything is. Like when people, even me, when people see me, they don't even expect to just see me in a fucking like free tee. Like, people have a perception. People have a perception of what being a celebrity, being a rapper is. Wow. And honestly, like, I think if we go back in history, most of them niggas who got chains, like, they don't even care about the chain. But you know why? You got to get it because your fans want it.
No, but I feel like
Uzi said it. He said he did a lot of things to himself and get a lot of things just to pertain or like show off to them.
You don't do any of that. You definitely wear wrinkled shirts all day.
Right.
Niggas ain't gonna never say I got swag, so like watch it.
No, but I feel like fans, they expect what you put out. So I don't think my fans personally expect me to go out and have a whole bunch of Balenciaga, which I own, big fat ass shoes. But I don't think they expect me to be like that. But somebody who puts that out or puts out change in a foreign car, it's not cool if had they pull out in a Wrangler. But I got a Jeep Wrangler, which I fucking lifted up and take the doors off, nigga.
Yeah.
But like I pull up in that, and then that's me, and not that change and that kind of stuff that rap niggas. I said people rap niggas promote. Like I don't think that's what people expect from most rap niggas. I think rappers fans expect what they put out and what they show online and stuff. But it just so happened that the majority is that. So you would think that just all fans expect all rap niggas to be like that, but it really gets personal. Like, you don't expect Tyler, the Creator, which is the fucking big-ass, fucking talented-ass boss, to pull up in that type of shit.
He got mad McLarens and shit. He got all types of shit.
Does being from Mississippi keep you grounded? Because, like, for some reason, I feel like if you were from Atlanta, or like, say you moved to LA and you live there, I feel like it would be different.
So yeah, like, I do claim Mississippi. I've been there for a good majority of my life, but before then it was Houston and then Louisiana. I'm really a South nigga, bro. I'm just a South nigga, bro. And that type of shit is like, my first car, I wanted a G-Wagon, and I almost got it. Don't you have one, nigga? You have a
Go ahead
problem,
and
bro.
tell him. He's been trying to act like he's driving before
so anyway,
That's what you drive at?
I drive a 2002
Yeah, all right.
Civic.
All right, you gotta stop hiding.
So anyway, like not even on the flex side or on the personal side, what I'm into, cause that's the car I want, that's the car I like. But me living in Mississippi and around the type of niggas and ignorant ass shit and ignorant ass niggas, that's not a good idea for me to have a G-Wagon. Now a nigga having a G-Wagon in fucking LA or New York, you a nigga in New York or LA, but in Mississippi, or a nigga go and whip a fucking Rari in fucking Baton Rouge, nigga, like no.
So
We gotta go soon. Final thoughts.
So wait, I just want to like. So why don't you like move to LA? Every rapper moves to LA almost. It's LA or Atlanta. Like, why do you still stay? Like, you still record? I'm pretty sure like at your crib. Why haven't you done that?
Because for one, that shit too damn expensive. Not that I can't afford it, but that shit is expensive. Like, no matter how much money I have or will make, expensive shit is expensive, nigga, and cheap shit is cheap shit. But not that it's cheaper, but it's not too much my type of vibe. I'd rather go there and visit like I'm doing here. Like I'm doing, it's cooler to go visit and see that, because then when I move to LA and I'm out there in front of that shit, then I'm not at home anymore. I'm not home. When I'm home, I'm not home. I'm out there.
Yeah, you seem like a
get
normal
it.
person, and
I
Act
get it.
wants you to put on all the Instagram bullshit. But I get it. You got to do some of it for fame. I understand what you want. You want him. You think he's great, and like. He
I
has
like
the
to think I'm
potential.
not trying to be normal, but like I'm just speaking like just hypothetically. Like it's just.
I only lament because rappers like him who don't do the superficial shit,
Yeah.
they're actually looked at like, and you can say, I know I'm playing devil's advocate asking some of these questions, but by the main fans who look at your worth as, oh, I see you with this car, I see you with this.
Except he
they're
keeps
looking
saying that
less.
he wants the core fan base and not those fans. But look, either way, I hope you find the middle ground, somewhere where you're comfortable and like Axe says, you can reach a wider audience. You know what I mean? So the album is out on Friday, Bumps and Bruises. And before we go, just how are you feeling? You're finally, it's like been a couple years, you had singles, you fell back for a bit, now you're back, debut album is coming out. How are you actually feeling right now?
Good.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and it actually feels amazing to actually drop a body of music that, you know, I worked and put my all into, and like I'm super comfortable with. It feels fucking good.
Okay.
That's dope.
Do you care about first week sales, and where's your head at with that?
Now, what do you? I'll
Yeah,
wait
give
for your
us the
fat ass.
predictions, because you know we're also going to talk about the album next week.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Okay, we
yeah,
had the
about
conversation. Okay, no. Okay, tell me what's a W. What you think is a W, and then I'll tell you what I think is a
Okay,
W.
so a W for you, right?
Yeah.
If you sell 20 to 25,000, I think that's a W.
All right.
Where do I think you might end up? 15 to 20.
All right, so piggybacking off of Corday. So anyway, if I sell 50 first week, is that a W? No.
I can't
No.
even see
I'm
something.
saying yes or no.
Of course.
Okay, now what if I sell fucking 50 and I don't go on tour and I'm unable to sell merch, or I be like Young Bands that you hate so much and sell however much he sells, and then I'm able to go sell out a tour and then sell out merch. Who won? The nigga that sold 50K or the nigga who sold fucking however many K, and then it's able to tour and then capitalize off of that.
Longevity always wins.
Okay, first week sales is some old school ass shit, really. It looks cool. Like some shit, it just looks cool.
I agree, but not really.
All right, man, we gotta go. Wrap it up.
I agree, but not really. Corday makes different music than anybody else we talking about. His shit, like, literally would be more appreciated in 3 years than it is now. I feel like you're still in that lane where it's still a lot of the people who are gonna fuck with you, a lot of them gonna be fly by night, even though some of them are core.
Of course, yeah, for sure.
So first weeks are gonna matter. You get me? Now, again, you might evolve your fan base. I don't know if this particular project, it might be, because I haven't heard it yet. It might be where it appreciates with time, but just forecasting.
Okay.
I'm thinking it does.
All right, so first week sales are not just congratulations on making it to this moment. It's a milestone moment in your career. I hope you're excited when the album drops tomorrow. Bumps and Bruises is out this Friday. Shout out to Ugly God. Thank you for coming through. We'll see you guys here Monday on Everyday Struggle.
The album release. You know the album release party?